What's up YouTube, Deaddraw here, bringing another video today. Today we're just going to be doing a quick deck profile, just an update on what my last one is, so we won't go too in-depth on anything. We'll kind of quickly go through it and I'll just explain some of the choices. Obviously it's Sky Strikers, as you guys know right now. That's what I've been maining for a while, but we'll just get into it. So 3 Ray, this is obvious. 3 Ash Blossom, it's pretty obvious, and then 3 Impermanence, those are only hand traps we're playing. We're playing 40, and I feel like these are only necessary. I kind of want to see if I can try to test out Ghost Bell in here. I just don't have access to them right now, but if I have the opportunity, I'm definitely going to test it. I think Ghost Bell's a really good card of the format, actually. It kind of hurts all the decks. Then obvious, 3 of Engage and 3 of Anchor. Those are pretty obvious. I mean, they're the best cards on the deck. This card's only, like, Engage is only as good as the card as it gets, so if this gets like limited, I don't think Engage needs to be limited, but having 1 Anchor hurts a lot. 2 Area Zero, some decks are playing 3. A lot of the recent decks have been playing 3 to get to the engine. I don't think this is necessary. I also think it's because they're playing Cosmic Cyclone, so it's like just another way to try to get to your engine. I don't really know if this is necessary at 3. I don't really like it still. I think you see it too much. 2 Shark Cannon. I feel like this was just a really good choice. Being able to extend, make more monsters, make bigger links, steal your opponent's stuff, and or it acts like a pseudo called by the grave that just banishes stuff before it even goes off. So it's like pretty good, I think. I like it a lot. It helps me win games. Plus we're playing Desires in the build, so like it's less chance to get both of them banished. 1 Molder Roll, 1 Jamming Waves, Afterburners, Eagle, Hornet Drones, and Hercules base. I think these are all just kind of self-explanatory. You don't really need to talk about them too much. 2 Desires. I feel like this card's just really good right now. Being able to draw, like, essentially this is 6 cards turn 1. That's all it really means. 2 Call by the Grave. This might come out for Ghost Bell. I don't know, but I like having it as like the 3rd spell in Grave sometimes. And you know, this it still negates on your opponent's turn, so if you banish something from their grave when you like are going second, it's still pretty good, and then it's a 3rd spell in grave. I like it. Stops hand traps as well. The goods package, very good. More spells in grave. More spells in grave. Way to your engine and more spells in grave. Now, a lot of people are playing this Cosmic Cyclones, and I'm sticking with my MSTs right now. I have access to Cyclones, but the problem is, like a lot of the players are saying, oh, the deck has trouble starting like its engine, and yeah, this is why you need this and Area Zero rather than a Cyclone. I think this is just having this is like a better out of like than having to out Dingrisu just because it's a Cosmic Cyclone and you lose 1,000 life points, and that card you have to side out going into games that are probably going into time. So I feel like this is just a better choice. Plus, like, anytime your opponent has a Dingrisu on board, you can just Widow Anchor it and its effects are going to be negated, so you can just and then MST. So I don't really think Dingrisu is like that big of a deal for the deck. I think it's kind of funny that people are going that route. I mean, obviously it's topping, but I just don't think it's necessary. And then obviously 3 Solemn Judgment rather than there can only be 1. I just don't like Floodgates. I don't really want to promote Floodgates, and I don't want to play Floodgates if I don't have to. I feel like this card is just absolutely amazing. Some people were siding it, which is fair. You just don't want to side it going into games that you know are going to be going into time. But I feel like just like having 3 of this in the main deck is just insane. Saying no to a summon or any other card except for like a monster effect, I think it's just insane. So the main deck is pretty much similar. Just running a few different things. And now we'll go into the side deck, or no, the extra deck, sorry. Where it gets a little bit different, but not a whole lot. So obviously, self-explanatory stuff is just, we're not going to go over it too much. So Kagari, obviously 3 Shiz, 3 Hayate. Some builds were actually playing only 2 Hayate. That's fair. Like I just probably wouldn't. I feel like the grind games, it comes up enough to where like I wish if you're playing right and you're just recycling with Herc base, yeah, I get it. But like at the same time, I just think that I just rather have access to them. And then the 1 Kena. I don't think you need 2 of these. And then Hita, I feel like this card still comes up enough because of Ash Blossom and Nightmare Phoenix. It's still really good. Obviously Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn. That's our only Link 3 we're playing, and those are only Link 2s. There's some people are playing that, I think, Barricade Borg Blocker, what's not, I don't know how it's pronounced. I think that that card's good because you can activate the, if you use its effect or whatever, you can add the field spell. I'm not a field spell or a continuous spell from your graveyard at the end of your turn, and even after you link off with it. So it kind of does make a lot of sense. It's pretty good. I just haven't really got to test it. I might test it this coming weekend, so we will see. And then the link threes, we got a Borosword Dragon, Topologic Bomber Dragon, and Apollousa is the new one. We'll talk about Apollousa, why I think this is really good. I feel like a lot of the times Striker deck is going to just outboard. So that's like the kind of that's kind of like what your goal is to out a board with strikers, and it's not that difficult in a lot of times, and then like if you out like an Orcus board and they don't really have anything left in hand, a lot of the time they just don't have anything left in hand and they kind of rely on their graveyard effects to go off. If you out their board and they have nothing on the field and like one card in hand, and then you make Apollousa with the stuff that you stole from them or took from the graveyard, and then you're just gonna negate multiple effects. I think it's just insane. Like there's just a lot of times they'll see this on board and they just scoop. Like they just start, yeah, I can't come back from that. Decks rely too much on monster effects, guys. And then Starving Venom, because I still think Super Poly is good. This might get replaced with the Predaplant guy. I'm not too sure. I still like the fact that this is two darks, but the fact that the Predaplant guy can like out a whole board of like Thunder Dragon is pretty good. And then it can also negate like a special summon from the extra deck. I think that's really good, the new Predaplant guy, but we'll see. Side deck didn't really change at all. I'm going to be editing this. I just really haven't had the chance. I've been pretty busy. So 3 Nibiru, 2 Pankratops, 3 Dark Ruler and more. Probably can cut this, but I don't know. I don't really want to, but at the same time, like you probably could. I'm just not sure what else I'd put in, to be honest. 3 Super Poly, 1 Twins. I don't really want to play 2 more than 1. Maybe 1 more. This sounds weird. And then 3 Heavy Storm Duster, because I feel like this is just more powerful, even though it's not a spell engrave. It's just insane. 2 cards pop for free. Alright, guys. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. We'll be editing this. I have a fun deck, or fun video coming out probably Tuesday, by the way work looks like it. Maybe Monday. I get off kind of early, so if I get some time in to edit and all that stuff, because I'll be recording over the weekend, I'll see. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.